Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to be making a rainbow in a glass. So let's get started. So our question is, how do we make a rainbow in the glass? And then I had to do some research. So I'm using a bunch of household items that have different densities, which means that they weigh more and they take up more space. And so I'm using that property of each item and getting them to layer so that they don't mix with one another. So the next part is a hypothesis. So that is your educated guess of what you think is going to happen. Then we are going to set up our experiment. So we get all the materials that we need. Next, we are going to then do our observations. So we're going to write down what we see is happening, and then our conclusion, where we see that our hypothesis is correct or not. All right, let's get started. So first we're going to add honey, which is in this container, and I've put in a little bit of food coloring to give it that red color to make a little bit more of a rainbow. So we're going to put it in to make the first layer. And if you've ever had honey, it's pretty thick and goopy and heavy. So this one is the most dense, you would say. So it is heavy and the most compact. So that is why it's the bottom layer. All right. Next, we are going to add some corn syrup. So I'm going to tip the glass and slowly squirt this one in. It's also a pretty thick liquid. So it looks like it's mixed a bit, but it is going to separate out into its own color, and that'll slowly do it. Actually, it's already done it. If you see here, you can see it a bit better where it's separated out already. All right, next we are going to add dish soap. So this one I'm going to use a pipette, which is kind of fun to use. I'm just going to rinse it to get the stuff out. And then I'm going to suck up my dish soap into the pipette. And we're going to slowly add it to the top of this. Suck it up some more. We use this in our jobs in the full day 3 class to transfer water. It's kind of a fun material to use, this pipette. So you have to go slowly to make sure it doesn't mix too much together so that you can keep them a bit separate. Yeah. So that's the next layer. So you can kind of see the different layers here. The red and the yellow and then the green sitting on top. Just gonna rinse out my pipette from the soapy water. So now we are gonna add some vinegar. I've kept this one without any color because I found when I did it on my own, it kind of didn't hold the color very well. Adding some more vinegar. Whoa. The bubbles are making it a little bit hard to see, but they are separating out. All right, so that is another kind of clear layer on top of the soapy layer. And finally, we are going to add something called isopropyl alcohol. And I've added some bluey purple color to it. It comes in. So I'm going to rinse out my pipette. All right, the next one we're gonna do is this purpley isopropyl alcohol. It's a disinfectant, so we can use it to clean our cuts sometimes, even though it stings a little. You see it sitting on top of the vinegar. Ooh. And that is the final layer. So if I bring it closer, you can see the distinct layers. So we have the honey at the bottom, that reddish color. Then you have an orangey corn syrup color. Then you have your dish soap, which is green. And then you have kind of this clear layer in between, which is the vinegar. And then you have your purpley blue isopropyl alcohol sitting on top. So that's how we make a rainbow in a glass. Another fun thing that you could do at home is make an ocean in a jar. So you could put sand in the bottom, then you could put some water that's colored blue, and then you could put oil on the top. You could see that it looks like a beach. So you could make the beach in the jar if you want, and you can investigate density for yourself at home. Now we are going to talk a little bit about rainbows. So rainbows are formed when light shines through water, like when the sun shines through the rain. This light is bent and reflected like a reflection in a mirror, and this causes all of the amazing colors that you see. Rainbows normally appear from the rain, but they can happen whenever light is made being bent inside of water droplets. Rainbow can be seen in mist, fog, spray, and dew. Rainbows are made up of all 7 colors that come from light. These colors are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Does everyone see the same rainbow? Actually, what makes rainbows so special is that no 2 people see the exact same thing. Since it all depends on how the light is being bent and reflected back to you, everyone sees something different. So can you touch a rainbow? Rainbows are not an object or a thing, and they cannot be touched. They are made up of light that is reflected and bent, and you cannot feel light when it shines. Where is the end of a rainbow? There is no end to a rainbow. Even though they look like an arch to us, or an upside down letter U, rainbows are actually full circles. We only see some of the circle because we usually view the rainbow from the ground. Sometimes full circle rainbows can be seen from plains or on top of mountains. Can you make your own rainbow? Yes, you can. All you need is the sun and a water hose, and an adult's permission, of course. You need to stand with your back against the sun so you're facing away from it. You should see a mini rainbow right in your backyard. So see how they're spraying? And you can see the rainbow there. And this is a rainbow made by this surfer who is spraying droplets into the air, and the water is bending the light and causing the rainbow. Thank you so much for learning a little bit about rainbows today. Tomorrow we're going to be exploring a little bit more about density. See you tomorrow. Bye, guys.